podcast listeners, Dr. Sheep here. Welcome back to another TGIF Talks, episode 49. Today, we're supposed to be doing this remotely with Phil, but he doesn't ever tell me his plans half the time, and now So today I'm joined by my other co-host, Corona Kyle.
You forgot my name.
No, I was like, it had to be Corona Kyle, and Phil didn't take his mask.
He didn't, no.
Let's roll the intro.
Wouldn't you like to get away?
It's Friday. Gotta get down on Friday.
And they're always glad you came.
I'm back. These podcasts are broken down into 4 parts. First, we have how our weeks have been, followed by the Corona news, followed by your comments, future of the channel, and finally some random topic. Have you come up with a 4th topic for the day, Kyle?
Local with our university.
This is more Corona news. We could put that in the Corona news.
We could. I haven't thought of anything. 3 parts today.
No, we gotta come up with some 4th part.
We'll think of something.
Call Phil. Right. So 14 plus 28. I can do the math, I just don't want to. It's 35 plus...
42.
I just got to that. 42 days. Wow, it's been over a month since, good old...
The sun.
What? Oh, it fell again?
Yeah, and we got it on camera.
Oh, dang. Alright.
Content.
We'll have to figure out some way of putting it up there.
Content.
How was your 2 weeks? How was the first 2 weeks of class?
I don't like it. I'm already having quizzes. I'm behind on readings. I don't like it.
I have an assignment. I have my first assignment due Tuesday.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I literally have just had to read, but I haven't read anything.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Phil will join us. Hopefully. Meet any new women.
No. Not new.
How? You're going to like complete different classes.
I hung out with my friends yesterday.
But like, I mean, in your classes, have you met anybody new?
No. Okay, so like, there's only one. I have one class that we meet Monday, Wednesday, Friday, since there's only 4 of us. There's 6 of us in the class, but only 4 of us show up.
What class is that?
Spanish. A lot of people dropped out. We had like 20, now we have 6.
Phil, join us!
And then my English class is separated with groups.
Right.
And like it's semi-mandatory, you have to show up. When it's like your group day. And then my other classes, they have groups, except I chose to do it online. I'm not going to class, because those are classes with 150 kids, but with everything, it's like only 36 kids, but still, that's 36 kids in a room.
I hate online. I had this one class, so Tuesday. I go, and so I have these 2 classes, like I've said before on the podcast, but he doesn't know this. I have these 2 classes in the same room, 15 minutes apart. The first class, I can only go on Thursdays. The other class, I can't go every 5th class. So I had to just be there. So I literally sat outside the classroom, watched the lecture on Zoom, and then walked in as soon as he was done. And was like, "Hi, I'd like to shake your hand, but I can't. It's illegal." Mm-hmm. That's all my jokes with my professor.
Yeah, I have one class that's the classes are 15 minutes apart from each other.
Mm-hmm.
On Tuesdays, I don't have to go to campus, since it's not my group day.
I don't have to go to school at all on Fridays.
Yeah, like on Tuesdays, I don't have to go to campus, so I stay home. On Thursdays, I do have to go to campus, but that class is separated with my other class 15 minutes apart, so I have to stay on campus until like 12 o'clock instead of 11 something. Instead of like 11.
the clip holding the GoPro in its case is not on correctly, and it's bugging the ever living crap out of me right now. Like, oh my god. Anyways, I'll just stop looking at it. So yeah, it was weird because I just sat outside the thing and listened to. I could literally hear him through my headphones sometimes. I was like, this is dumb. This is really, really dumb.
Freshmen weren't really taught well during orientation. Because I had 3 freshmen come up to me like, hey, where's room 19? I'm like, that's in the basement.
Room 19 of what?
Of Andrews.
Oh, no. They don't teach you where things are in orientation.
No, they at least like somebody would have like their RAs or somebody would have told them, hey, if your class is only 2 digits, it's in the basement of that building. Like that's what like
that's a thing.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Like you have like room 119, that's first floor. 219, second floor.
Yeah, I figured
19
that.
or like 2 digits, it's the basement.
Oh, okay. Well, at the
College of
business it's 3 digits, except for the bottom ones are like 002.
See, that's what I think the basement should be. Like
It's
as
0.
like 0.
And that's
then
the college
number.
business is.
Yeah. I think that's how they should have it.
I should text Phil, join us on the
us,
cast
coward.
when you're ready. Join the cast when ready. We're already like, anyways. So yeah, that was a whole ordeal, among other things. So what did I do after? Right, and then I was there for both classes Thursday. And they've just been kind of really just these classes I've just been bored.
Yeah.
Like it's like, great, I've done this. Thank you. Keep going, please. And my one professor, she's Greek. She's not. I call her my Greek professor, but she's not teaching me Greek. But anyway, she's Greek, and it's funny because so Thursday she asked, so did anybody watch this video in the readings? And I looked around the classroom. Nobody raised their hand. Looked at myself. Wasn't raising my hand and was like, I'm sorry. Oh, you poor thing. Oh dear. She's like, I see. And I'm like, oh man, I feel bad for her.
Yeah. I have one teacher, like there's only 4 of us in the class.
Yeah.
And he was like, so, what's the answer to this question? A very simple question, like, who are the other characters in the story? And I was like, I want to answer, but like I want to give other people a chance to answer.
I do that all the time.
And then he was all like, nobody knows? Okay, moving on. I felt bad. The way he ended the class, he did not sound happy with us.
Well, it's so irritating. I don't know. Like, these professors, they ask these questions. And I don't know what's going on in people's heads. And I talked to my psychologist about this. I really don't know what's going on. Like, are people just generally not going to answer, or what? It actually bugs me. I sit there in class. I know the answer. Nobody freaking answers. And it's like, I guess I'll answer the question again for the 2nd or 3rd time in a row.
That's how I feel.
And I'm just like, what? Am I the only person that's smart, or the rest of you just not caring?
Yeah. Yeah, because I knew it. Like, the one person who sits right by me, she reads the book and she knows what's going on in the story, but she doesn't want to answer.
You have to, are you in, like, English or what?
It's Spanish. But
Oh.
the question was super easy.
Yeah, I don't know what. I don't get some college students. It just don't make sense.
They don't want to answer. Well, like, that's the same thing with when I was in no, not really my sociology. Well, kind of with my sociology class, but with my biology class, nobody wanted to answer. Frankly, I didn't know what was going on either. Because, 1, did not know what was going on, and 2, I was dying of pneumonia. So So, oh yeah, I fell asleep in her class twice because of that.
Because of pneumonia.
I also fell asleep in one of my other classes. My friend, the girl that was sitting across from me, was like, she's like, "You were out," and I was like, "I was," and she's like, "Yeah," and it was funny because you enjoy this class because she didn't care for the class. And then like the next day we met, this one kid who was also at our table was like, "So how was class Tuesday?" And she said, "Oh, it was boring." And he looked over at me and was like, "Yeah, you want to know how boring it was? I fell asleep." And he's like, "Oh, dang. I should have been there."
I was in so my favorite class is my Wednesday class at the business college, developmental economics.
Oh.
And he's my favorite professor. He's from Nigeria.
I have a Nigerian teacher.
And every time he goes to talk about a third world country, he's like, "So I'm going to tell a lot of stories about Nigeria." Well, because I can. Because I'm from there. So I'm just going to tell it anyways. Speaks great English. Perfect English. No accent.
Okay.
So it's just like, I wouldn't have guessed he was from Nigeria. I was just like, oh.
Yeah,
All right.
my teacher, he's also from Nigeria. He speaks really good English, but he has like a subtle accent.
This guy has no accent. None at all. My only person with an accent is my Greek professor.
Okay.
She knows she's Greek. Anyways, so he's the best because one day he was just like, "So any questions?" I was like, "I don't have a question, but I have a comment." He's like, "All right," and we were talking about happiness indexes, and I was just like, "Well, I remember reading about happiness indexes for the first time. It had to do with China, and China learned through a happiness index that people weren't happy with air pollution." and it's just like, well, no, they're not happy with air pollution. And then he goes and he talks about it, blah, 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 blah. And in the end, he rephrases what I said. He's just like, well, no, and I'm like, I love this guy. Oh, man. I know I've told the story on the podcast before. Did I ever tell you the story about the Chinese guys in my in one of my classes last semester?
I don't think so.
So we're playing this game where if you give all your money to the group, if everybody gives their money to the group, everybody can make the most amount of money. But if you keep your money and enough people give to the group, you can still you can still make a crap ton of money yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Well, anyways, I was trying to convince everybody to give their money to the group or whatever. And I just kept telling her, I'm like, well, it's the most logical reason, it's the most logical thing to do. And then my group was like the only group that gave to the group. And then these guys in the back were also only guys. And she asked them, "So why did you guys give to the group?" And they looked at each other, looked back at her, and they're just like, "We're from China. It's what we do." And she's like, "Fair enough." And I looked at them. They smiled, gave me a thumbs up. I'm like, "I love you guys."
That's funny.
Those guys were the best. I think I knew one of them from one of my econ classes. Oh, man. He was like, "I know you. Can you help me?" I'm like, no. Well, we can sure try. Did you go to the club fair this week?
The club fair.
Yeah, on city campus in front of the Union.
From the Union, no.
I went. Didn't plan to go. I was going to go to the Union to cool off before going to HLH.
Mm-hmm.
And there were a bunch of people out there. And I was like, what's going on here? So I went and just took my filter off. And just, to an extent, I still had somewhat of a filter because I could have been even more of a jerk. But I was just a jerk the entire time.
Aww.
I went around and just made fun of everybody.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I went to the aerospace tent. And I was like, "You guys are the only smart guys here with a tent." And I'm like, "Oh, thanks." And then we're talking about who's in the aerospace thing. And then there was this girl there that was a biology major. And I'm like, "Geez, guys, you guys must be crappy engineers getting bounced around by a biology major." And she laughs and she looks over and I'm like, "Yeah, see, even he's got the right picture."
Oh my god. You're so rude.
I told her, I was just like, "Sorry, I didn't mean to offend you." She's like, no, it's fine. Makes sense.
You're so mean.
I had no filter at all. I wanted to walk up to the Christian athletes one, or the Christian one, from the Newman Center. Walk up. I'm an atheist. Convert me.
I would have enjoyed that so much.
I wanted to do it. Oh, I wanted to do it so bad. I did walk up to one of them. I was like, "So what religion are you?" "Oh, I'm Catholic, borderline atheist."
I would have just said agnostic, borderline atheist. And then, no, say atheist, borderline satanist.
Those two don't go together.
Praise our Lord and Savior. Oh, God? Satan.
There was a Jewish one, but I was like, I better stay away clear from that one.
Yeah, especially if you had no filter.
Nope. It's just like, I think I even told one of them, I'd become Jewish, but I like pork.
That's Islam.
It's also Jewish.
As long as it's kosher. Anyways.
Neither one of them eat pork.
Did you go to the Nuts Club booth?
Nuts Club.
The Nebraska University for Treatment of Squirrels.
They didn't have a booth out there when I was out there anyways. Yeah, I was soaked in sweat and I went to my next class. I was cooled off at that point, but my back was just soaked. I was wearing my tie-dye shirt and I was just like, oh, that's nice.
Oh, the one for the channel?
Yeah, oh my god, it was so warm. Luckily this week's nice and cool, so.
Yes.
Nice.
Very epic.
Oh, so I think I said in the last podcast I was supposed to have a date at some point. I was supposed to have a date Saturday.
She canceled?
Yeah, we're no longer talking.
What did you say to her?
Nothing. She was just like, yeah, you're great and blah, 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 and I just need to settle in more. Relationship isn't quite right for me in college. Can we just still be friends? I'm just like, I just wasted 4 weeks talking to you to get to
That's
this
what I said to my stalker.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I said to her. I said, hey, I'm not ready. Not interested in you. Bye.
It wasn't that she wasn't interested in me. She found me hilarious. She really liked me. She just didn't want a relationship.
No.
But I guess that's what she claimed anyways. And then other things happened this week. It was a very bad week. My psychologist is going to have fun with me tomorrow. Maybe I'll cry. They put a mask on, but you don't have one.
No. And
He already has it.
I already have it, yeah.